Mastering the clock without the minute number. The problem is that most clocks you see around are like this. The short hand and the long hands are the same color, and the minute numbers are not written at all. In this case, you have to imagine and tell what minute the long hand is pointing at. To make that easy for you, know at the back of your mind that the minute clock is made of 5 times table. I'll show you how. Take a look at this. Where you have black 1, the word minute is 5, which means 5 times 1 is 5. Where you have black 2, the word minute at the back is what? 10, which means 5 times 2 is 10. Where you have black 3, the word minute at the back is what? 15, which means 5 times 3 is 15. Where you have black 4, the word minute is 20, which means 5 times 4 is 20. Where you have black 5, the word minute is 25, which means 5 times 5 is 25. Where you have black 6, the word minute is 30, which means 5 times 6 is 30. Where you have black 7, the word minute is 35, which means 5 times 7 is 35. Oh boy, I'm getting tired. Okay. Where you have the black 8, the word minute is 40, which means 5 times 8 is 40. Where you have black 9, the word minute is 45, which means 5 times 9 is 45. You kids are really trying. Where you have black 10, the word minute is 50, which means 5 times 10 is 50. Where you have black 11, the word minute is 55, which means 5 times 11 is 55. Where you have black 12, finally, the word minute is 60, which means 5 times 12 is 60. Whoosh! With this in mind, you can determine the number the minutes hand is if the minute numbers are not written. For example, if the short hand is pointing at 3, you know already that that is 3 for the hour. If the long hand is pointing at 4, then 4 times 5 is 20. Therefore, the time is 3:20. Hope you get it. Note that only use the 5 times table for minutes only. Get it? The minutes, the 5 times we're talking about is only applicable to the minutes, not the hour. Hope you get it. Okay, let's look at this one again. If the short hand is pointing at 2, you know already that that is 2 for the hour, 2 o'clock or 2 whatever. If the long hand is pointing at 7, then 7 times 5 is 35. Therefore, the time is 2:35. Get it? Short hand is pointing at 2. The long hand is pointing at 7. 7 times 5 is 35. Therefore, time is 2:35. Get it? Now, let's look at this one. If the short hand is pointing at 8, you know that is 8 for the hour. If the long hand is pointing at 3 at the same time, then 3 times 5 is 15. Therefore, the time is 8:15. The time is quite simple when you know your 5 times table for the minutes. The hardest part of the clock is when the short or long hand is not pointing at anything at all, or any number that you can see. For example, the short hand is between 1 and 2, or it's between 4 and 5, or it's between 7 and 8. And the long hand is not pointing at any number that you can see, just pointing at empty space. Now let's solve that. Now, if the short hand is between 1 and 2, as seen here, it's still 1 o'clock, or 1, whatever it is. So far is not yet at 2, it's still 1. Get that? If the short hand is between 4 and 5, as you are seeing here, so far it's not yet at 5, then it's still 4 o'clock, or 4, whatever. That's always for the hour. Hour is not troublesome at all. Whatever the hour is pointing at is the hour. If the hour is not set at the next number, then it's not yet there. It's still that number. Now for the minute, you have some imagining to do. Where the minute hand is not on any number and the minute hand is not written, or the minute number is not written, you have to imagine the minute that is missing there by yourself to understand the time. If the long hand is between 1 and 2 and the minute numbers are not there, you have to imagine and identify which number is supposed to be there. If you know your 5 times table very well, you know 5 times 1 is 5. Then the numbers after 5 and before 10 is 6, 7, 8, and 9. So within that space should be 6, 7, 8, and 9. So here, the minute hand is pointing at 8. Even though it's not written there, you know this is 8. Or it's after 5 and it's not up to 10. So the time there is 4:08. Let's look at this one again. The minute is between 2 and 3. The number between 2 and 3, the minute between 2 and 3 is 11, 12, 13, 14. Because 2 is supposed to be 10 and 3 is supposed to be 15. So the number between them is 11, 12, 13, and 14. The minute here is pointing at 13. So the time is 4:13. Hope you're getting it. Now, if the minute hand is between 6 and 7, 6 is 30, 7 is 35. So the number between 6, 30,